Hey y'all, it's Michelle from the Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Happy Halloween! Today is day 31 of Scrap-O-Ween, and it is also day 31 of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. We have an extra bonus sketch today, and it's by Jennifer Gagne, and I love it. It is going to be so much fun to do. I have my one picture here, and it is also Mysterious Monday. So I have this bag of goodies that my younger daughter has picked out for me to use today. So let's take a look and see what she has picked out. So get my little washi tape there. And I see some black tissue paper. And ooh, the Black and Boo sequin mix from Honeybee Stamps. That's going to be fun. And, oh, some lace, black lace here. That'll be fun. And we've got some gemstones, some silver, and kind of a gray. That'll be really pretty to use. And a stamp set from, I don't know. Oh, Asuka. Halloween in Dreamland. All right. Awesome. Let's get started. My special voiceover guest is back with me today for our last Mysterious Monday for Scrap-O-Ween. Hello, hello.
Hi.
So, are you sad it's the last one?
Maybe.
Doing a voiceover is not that easy, is it? I never know what to say. I feel like I end up just kind of prattling on. But today we are doing this one picture of your dad in his Halloween costume last year. While we were out trick-or-treating with your cousins, he was at home to hand out candy to the trick-or-treaters, and he took this picture. He actually took a selfie and sent it to me while we were out trick-or-treating. And that's this picture.
And you didn't tell me?
I didn't tell you.
What? Why? That's a cool picture.
It is a cool picture. Even he likes it.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, he came in while I was making this layout and was like, "Yeah, I like that. That's a cool picture." So I have for my background a black and white stripe, and I'm using a Carta Bella collection called Halloween Market, and I thought it went perfectly with this photo because he has on black and white stripes, and the background is black and white stripes. Really original, isn't it? You're shaking your head. It's a voiceover. You have to say something.
I know.
But you have picked out 5 things for me to use, and I've got a couple of them sitting here right now while I'm going through the die cuts. And I've got the tissue paper out, and I have the ribbon out, and I have no idea at this point how I'm going to use really either of those things. But I've got out the die cuts, and I've went through them, and I have a bunch of scraps that I'm going through, because as you see in the sketch there's 4 different places that have like little banners, and I'm looking for patterns that I can use to make those banners. And at first I was thinking about using that orange paper with the skull and crossbones, but I felt the print was a little too big. So thankfully I still had a piece of it in the 6x6 paper pad. So now I'm just going to go through and cut out all of my banners. And it actually takes me a while to start using the things that you picked out for me.
That's okay. I got time.
You have time? You have all the time in the world, huh? So I'm just going through and I'm trying to decide which pattern I want to go where and how I want them to be distributed.
And I'm looking for something to go in this top one. And I didn't really have a scrap that I wanted to use that I had picked out because the patterns are directional. So I thought about using the candy for that one. But some of the candy has little faces on them. And if I had used the candy one, they would be like sideways or upside down. And I was like, it just didn't look right. Even though the print looks random, having the little faces on the candy, it just makes it like, it has to be in a certain way. So I used that one on the left side there. And then where it has the journaling in the sketch, I decided to use this die cut that has a saying that I think kind of really goes with the photo. It says, "The moon has awoken with the sleep of the sun. The light has been broken. The spell has begun." So I thought that went well with the photo and the story of him sitting and waiting for the trick-or-treaters to come.
I wonder how many we're gonna get this year.
I don't know. I hope we get more than we did last year. Your dad said we didn't really get more than about 5 or 6.
Well, that's okay, because with that costume, he probably would have scared all the little kids anyway.
Yeah, he may have. I don't know. We'll have to see this year. He has a scarecrow costume for this year, so yeah.
I forgot about that.
You forgot about that. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if he takes a selfie. So here I'm making sure that my skeletons are upright. I almost cut it wrong and they were going to be upside down, but I'm glad I didn't because I would have been irritated. And I really don't want to use that plaid right there. So I'm going to look back through my papers for some other patterns to use. And the reason why I didn't want to use the plaid on that right side is because the die cut at the bottom has that plaid. And I was trying to not repeat the same pattern in each little cluster there. The only thing that I'm kind of disappointed about this one little grouping of banners is that there's not an orange banner, while there's an orange one in 3 of the other ones. There's only a dark one, like the starry paper here, and then the pumpkins are orange, but they're on a black background. So I think the pumpkins, even though there's a lot of orange there, they still kind of blend into the background a little bit, but it's okay. I do like the fact that my orange banners end up making a visual triangle, even though I have 4 clusters going on here. But they all, I think, kind of focus your eye to the center and help the photo to stand out. But I get all of those situated, and I'm looking for something to go in this last little banner cluster. And I wanted to put that trick or treat die cut, but then I thought, well, it's a little big. Even though the one at the top with the pumpkins that says spooky is kind of big, and the one on the left side with the little pumpkin that says I'm just here for the booze is kind of big. And of course the happy haunting at the very bottom is big. But I didn't want this one. I don't know why. But I did want it to say trick or treat because he is sitting there waiting for the trick-or-treaters to come. So I find this die cut here, and I like how it kind of goes with the banners because it has that little decorative edge there. I don't know how you would describe that. It's like a little hump off the side.
I know. What were we talking about?
This one right here that says trick or treat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the moon has awoken thing.
Mm.
And I was like, because you said border, so, you know.
Yeah, it has that black and white. Is that a check or is that... I think that's check. That's not a plaid. Maybe it is.
No, that's plaid.
That's plaid.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's just black and white. I don't know. I don't know the difference. I know a plaid when I see it, but then I don't really understand the difference between gingham and buffalo check.
I don't even think I ever seen, what did you say, like, gingo?
Gingham.
Gingham.
Mm-hmm. See, that happy haunting one at the bottom is definitely plaid. Like, that's a traditional plaid print.
Oh, yeah.
But see, this one's just black and white. And so is that a gingham, which is like a small hash mark looking thing? That's a gingham. Or buffalo check, which is really big, but it's like the same print. It's just bigger. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know a distinctive difference between gingham and buffalo check. But here, I'm finally using one of the things that you picked out. So why the tissue paper? What made you pick that out?
Because it's black.
Because it's black.
I was like, it's the whole picture is dark, so might as well just throw that in there. Plus, I didn't throw anything big in one of the bags. Just little stuff that fit in there. And I was just like, this will work. Throws it in there.
Well, it did work. And I just used it in kind of like my typical fashion. I just backed my photo with it. And then, how about this ribbon? I'm trying several different ways. I thought about using it kind of like, oh, what do you call it? Just like twine, and have it kind of like with a, how I would use it on a tag, but I didn't like how that looked. And then I thought about using it to make a border for this Happy Haunting die cut. But that could have worked if the ribbon were wider, I think, and it would have went all the way around the die cut, but I didn't like how that looked. So I'm like thinking, what else could I do? And then I thought, well, it's narrow-ish, and I could just kind of fold it like I do with the tissue paper sometimes. So that is what I ended up doing. So I mark a space for where I want to put it. I run some ATG tape down the paper, and then I'm going to take this and stick it down and then fold it. I can't think of what it's called. It's kind of like accordion folding, I think. But that's what we'll go with. That's what we'll go with. So why the ribbon? Or the lace ribbon?
Oh, you always ask me at such a bad time.
Well, stop yawning. You're going to make me yawn.
I can't remember.
You can't remember? It's been too long, huh? So that was a month ago, Mom. I've slept between then and now. I thought about putting it on the right side of the photo too, but I thought, that might be a little too much. So I am going to put some foam on the back of my photo because the lace makes it a little thick there. And when I put my photo on top of it, it kind of made it warped. Yeah, that's a good word. Made it warped. So I just pop it up a little bit. Yeah, wonky, slope, go downhill.
Yeah.
But now I need to trim off some of the foam that I put on the die cut because then it was too high. Oh, I'm throwing everything around there. So I get that on and put my wet glue down. And then make sure I have it situated. I almost put it up too high before, but I remembered that I've marked my pencil just at the top of the photo. So it's not sticking up out of there. And I'm a little bit disappointed or irritated with the angle of my die cut there. It's a little bit too wonky. It's a little bit too angled for me, but I can't move it. Because once I'm like, yeah, I really don't like it that direction, and I wanted to move it, it was dry and I couldn't move it. So we're just going to roll with it.
Oh. I think it gives it character.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I just put down those big rhinestone things. So what made you think of those?
They were black and white. Dad was wearing black and white. I threw it in there.
There you go.
Also, I needed something sparkly.
Yes, must have the sparkle. And then, so I just put one of those darker ones down in each of my banner groupings. And then I can guess why you picked out this stamp set. Because in the sketch, there's splatters up underneath each of the banners. And of course, me, being who I am, didn't do that first. I did it. I had to pull up all my banners so that I could put all of these splatters down all around the banners. So I get that done. And then pull out the sequins. So let's see. Have I got it? Have I got all of them yet? There's
yes, you do.
the tissue paper, the ribbon, the
Stamps.
the sparkly circle rhinestone things. Oh, yeah.
Sequins.
And now the sequins. Yay! I actually remembered all of them this time. So I'm just going to do my typical thing and use them kind of like enamel dots. And I'm going to add a white sequin with black polka dots to my little grouping here of the sparkly rhinestone things. And then I use a smaller black sequin that has like an iridescence to it. And I'm just going to make my little grouping of 3 and get those glued down. And then, last but not least, and it's not really last because I do one other thing after this, but I have to put on my Distress Mica stain. It is a must, and I'm using the Iron Gate. And the one thing that I have done extra that I don't have video of because I did it after I had finished everything is I didn't like the fact that my die cut was all by itself. The one that says the moon has awoken. So once I got all completed with it, I went to the sticker sheet from the Halloween Market collection and I put 2 little stickers, and you'll see those in the close-up video or the close-up pictures. But I just felt like it needed to be balanced out with the title, which we didn't even talk about. It says waiting for you because he was waiting for the trick-or-treaters. And that's gonna do it. I hope everyone has a wonderful happy Halloween, and we'll see y'all. Oh, there you can see in that picture there the little stickers that I added to kind of balance it out. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.